Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. Last week I created this really pretty fun kind of spring look for what I got for my birthday video, and so I thought it would be a nice look to put on my channel. It just has like such beautiful spring vibes, and I'm obsessed with this lip color. I don't know what it is about this lip, but I am obsessed with it. I just think it's so beautiful and perfect for spring. So if you guys want to see what I used, how I created this beautiful kind of pinky nude eye and this fun bright pink lip, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, we'll jump into the video. My face is super red, and part of that's because I've already put on all my skincare and my skin just gets like super red when I touch it. And the other part is because it's been so nice outside that I've been laying outside in the sun the last few days, and my face has just gotten a little bit of sun. So, two reasons that my face is a little bit red. So yeah, we're gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna jump into the makeup look because you're not gonna be able to tell once I have foundation on. So, let's get into some spring makeup. I have this kind of like fun, kind of like soft nude pink eye with like a fuchsia lip. I got this bright kind of fuchsia magenta pink lip from my grandma for my birthday that I actually forgot to talk about in my what I got for my birthday video, but I was wearing it in that video. That actually is kind of the look I'm going for. I created that look for fun, and then I was like, that would be a really fun look to put up on my channel. I really liked that look, so that's kind of the look I'm going to be trying to create again today if you guys watched that video. If not, I will link it down below so you guys can see all the goodies I got for my birthday. But yeah, I'm going to be wearing that same lip and kind of creating that whole video. So just this really pretty lip from Mary Kay, and just kind of a fun, shimmery, kind of pinky nude eye. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the skin. I did not put on a primer though, so we're going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. I have really been liking this face primer. I got it, I don't know, a few weeks ago, back when Ulta Beauty was doing their 21 Days of Beauty, and I'm just gonna put that in kind of my oilier T-zone areas. This stuff has been so great, kind of mattifies your skin a little bit, and then just really helps to prolong the foundation, especially if you're going out where you have to wear a mask. I just think it makes your foundation look really, really nice. And then for foundation, I'm going to use my Tarte Face Tape foundation, and I use the shade 12 Fair Neutral. Although if I keep up my tanning, this shade is not going to match me. Use a couple good pumps off that, and I'm going to use my beauty sponge to apply that all over the skin. But I really like this foundation. It's got such a nice coverage to it. Yeah, a few more days laying in the sun and this foundation will definitely be too light for me. I mean, it already looks too light on my red ass face, but yeah, I think it'll look fine blended into my neck and stuff. And I'll probably set it with a little bit darker powder, setting powder. Yeah, definitely starting to look a little light on me. The crazy thing is I've only laid out in the sun 3 days for like 45 minutes to an hour at the most each time. And yeah, it's already starting to look light. So we will definitely be setting it with some darker setting powder. Now for concealer, I'm going to use two different concealers. I'm going to start with my Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 21. Then I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Porcelain Beige, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of this right on the inner corner there, just a little bit, and then maybe a hair on the bridge of my nose. The reason I'm doing this is just for a little extra highlight. I like this concealer mixed with that Shape Tape or Face Tape foundation, but I just feel like it's not quite bright enough. So then if I pop a little bit of my Shape Tape concealer on the inner corner right up under the eye, it gives it just a little bit brighter of a look without having to go full face tape, you know, full Shape Tape, because then that's just like, I feel like a really heavy duty combo, and I don't need that much heavy duty. It's springtime, I want to go a little bit lighter, a little less heavy, but I still want things to be nice and bright. Now to bake, I'm going to take my Beauty Bakery Better Not Bitter flour, baking flour, in the shade Oat, which is the translucent shade, and I'm going to pop that right up under the eye. While that's baking, I like to go ahead and throw my brows on and then do my eyes. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Instant Brow Pencil. It's been like my favorite brow pencil for a really long time now, in the shade Taupe, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my brows on real quick and I'll be right back. Brows are on, so let's jump into the eyes now. I'm going to start with the Laura Geller Cinnamon and Spice palette. I'm going to jump right into the shade called Oat Milk. It's just the nice creamy vanilla shade. And we're going to set down our lids. If you guys watch my makeup tutorials, you know I like to start with a nice base, set everything down, get rid of those creases. We'll come back to that palette, but now I'm going to jump into the ColourPop's Disney Designer Collection Midnight Masquerade palette. I haven't used this palette in a long time, but I love this palette. I think it's so pretty. It has so many beautiful colors. But we're going to go into the shade called Enchanted. It's a nice kind of soft peachy pink color, and we're going to buff that right into the crease. Then I'm going to take Pip, which is kind of a pinky taupe color, and we're going to work that also in the crease, but a little bit deeper into the crease, if that makes sense. I'm not going to smoke it out quite as much as I did with that last shade. Just going to keep it a little more concentrated in the crease. Then I'm going to take just my favorite blending brush and give those two shades a nice, good blend. I want this to have just a nice, soft look to it. I don't want any harsh edges, no harsh lines. I don't even want it to be extremely heavy-handed or anything. Just want to keep it nice and soft. Just kind of a pinky nude look is what I'm going for today. Now I'm going to take the shade called Damsel. It's a kind of a dark, kind of a dusty rose color is what it is. Kind of a nice dusty rose. And I'm going to pack that right on the lid. Now, I'm not going to worry about going too dark with this shade, making sure it's really packed on there, because I am going to lighten it up just a hair by going back into the Laura Geller palette and going into the lighter pink shade called Sweet Foam. And just popping a little bit of that on there just to brighten it up just a little bit. I wanted that darker pink shade underneath as kind of a nice base to give it a good pink base there. But I didn't want it to be quite that dark. And then I'm going to go one step further by taking this pink shimmery shade called Frosted Sugar. And I'm going to pop that right over top. This shade typically works the best with the finger. I don't need it to be super shimmery. I just want like a hint of shimmer, because I still want those undertones of the other colors to shine through. I just wanted to give it kind of a shimmery look, if that makes sense. Like a shimmery top coat. Now I'm going to jump into my Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum palette, and I'm going to take the light shimmery shade called Whipped Cream, and I'm going to pop that shade on my inner corner. This is just my favorite inner corner highlight. A last thing I'm going to do to finish off the eyes, aside from lashes, of course, is I'm going to go back into the Masquerade palette and I'm going to grab the shade Pip one last time, and I'm going to pop just a little bit of that right on the lower lash line. Just kind of a little bit of under eye smoke there, but not too much, just enough. Now we're going to get into the skin, so I'm going to go ahead and sweep away my under eye baking. I was originally going to set my skin with my e.l.f. Sheer Tint finishing powder, but that color's not dark enough, so I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 130 Buff Beige. The shade is kind of my in-between really tan and my winter no tan at all shade. So I think this will kind of help balance out this foundation shade a little bit, along with the bronzing and that kind of stuff. I think it'll make it, you know, look a little bit better. I was wanting to use that other powder because I wasn't wanting quite a super matte finishing powder. I was wanting one that was a little more just natural looking, but you know, it is what it is when I decide to start tanning. Typically in the spring is when I start really getting into a little more of a natural dewy look. That's why I like foundations that are more matte, and then I go with a more of a sheer or not so matte setting powder because it keeps me from getting too oily, but I still keep that, you know, kind of dewier look. But yeah, I think that definitely helped, and then we'll go ahead and bronze up, and I think it'll just really tie that foundation into the skin a lot better. So for bronzer, now that we're talking about it, I'm going to use my Morphe Glamour bronzer in the shade Originator. I know I use this bronzer a lot, and that's because it's currently my favorite. I think it has just such a beautiful color. Looks really good on my skin. And it's like my newest bronzer. I just ordered my Sephora birthday order. Got my email saying that I could get my birthday gift. You know, your free birthday gift, so I made a little order, and I had a really hard time deciding between the NYX little gift set and the Laneige little gift set. And the NYX one, you got a mini Laguna bronzer and a mini Laguna, I think it was lipstick, or you got a Laneige, like one of the sleeping lip masks, which I have heard so many good things about, and then some other Laneige skincare products. I went back and forth so many times trying to decide, do I want to go with the new bronzer and the new lip product, or do I want more skincare? Back in the day, a couple years ago, for sure wouldn't even look twice at the skincare. I would have been like, yes, give me the makeup. But I ended up going with the skincare. Like, I've been really into skincare the last like year or so, especially since quarantine. I have like stepped up my skincare game. I used to have no skincare game at all. Like, I just went to bed with my makeup on from the day before, used a makeup wipe when I got up in the morning to do my makeup, and like that was my skincare. Let's go ahead and highlight. I've also been using this highlight a lot. It's not new to me, but I recently picked up a new one. This is the Becca highlight in the shade Prosecco Pop. It's just a beautiful kind of gold toned highlight, and I just think it's really beautiful. In the summer and spring, I like a little bit of a warmer toned highlight, especially with this look today that's kind of a little bit pinkier nude. It's got a lot of those warmer tones in it. I think that the golder toned highlights are just really, really pretty, but it's hard to find a highlight that's got the gold tones in it that's not too dark for my skin tone. So this one and Rodeo Drive, which I've talked about before, these two highlights, Prosecco Pop from Becca and Rodeo Drive from Ofra, are the only two I've ever really been able to find that aren't too dark for me. It's just really pretty. It's not like overpowering, but it's stunning. And then I just realized I forgot to contour my nose, so I am going to do that real quick because I need my nose contoured. Now that I got that out of the way, let's blush up these cheeks. Now this blush I got from a FabFitFun. I think it was my spring FabFitFun. Maybe it's my winter. No, I can't remember. Got this from a FabFitFun fairly recently. It's from the brand Phase Zero. They have really fun packaging. It's in the shade Making Moves. It's a really pretty kind of orangey, peachy blush, and it does have some shimmer to it. When I first got it, I was like, don't know, I'm not really into shimmery blushes, but it goes so well with this highlight, and I just really like the color. I think it's like super perfect for spring, and probably even into the summertime, but I just think it's gorgeous for spring. I think I got it in my winter box now that I'm thinking about it. Like, look how pretty that is. It goes really good. Those gold, that gold tone shimmer it has in it goes so beautifully with this highlight. But it looks so pretty. So from the front, you can't really see that shimmering. Then when you turn, you can tell it's got a lot of shimmer to it. And you kind of lose the blush a little bit. But from the front, it just looks really, really pretty. But yeah, I really love the color of it. I would be okay without it having the shimmer, honestly. I might even consider finding a blush that's just this kind of orangey, peachy color that's not shimmery, just because I really, really do like it. But I think it's a beautiful spring color. Makes me think of like flowers blooming, and the sun starting to come out, and I don't know, good vibes is what it kind of brings me. And I put a little extra on the apples of my cheeks there. And then I'm gonna take just a brightening powder, wherever I do with it. This one happens to be from Mary Kay, something I got from my grandma a while back. This is in the shade, what do they call this? Pink Porcelain. And I'm just gonna take a nice chisel brush and pop it right up under the eye there, just to brighten right up under the eyes. I don't know, I like that look. Just makes my eyes feel a little more bright and alive and awake. Now my skin is pretty much done, so I'm gonna go ahead and set it down, and I'm gonna use the Beauty Bakery setting spray. I believe, what do they actually call this? I think it's just called a Sweet Glaze baking spray. Also, I forgot to mention that blush has a really yummy smell to it. It smells like coconut. It smells so good. The one thing about it is it's so hard to open. I try not to close it and just like pinch it closed like that where it's still open. That way I can actually get it open, because it's really, really hard to open. I actually like broke a corner of one of my nails one time trying to get it open. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some lashes, and I will be right back. Alright, threw on those lashes. And yeah, tie this look together. Loving it. So let's throw on like the piece de resistance of this look. I think this lip is like the statement of this whole look. I wasn't sure when I pulled this lip out of the bag. I was like, oh, it's, you know, pretty color. I thought maybe it'd be nice for like the fall or like the holidays or something. I wasn't sure, but I decided to try it on for that video, and I think it's perfect for spring. I'm like, this is actually a beautiful spring lip. Like, I just wasn't, it looks, I don't know, it looks a little more like just kind of a shimmery pinky red color. I don't know, I just wasn't really sure what to think about this lip. And then I put it on and was like, oh my god, this is a beautiful spring lip. Like, I don't know, I'm so excited to start wearing this more often, except for masks. Like, what's the point with a mask, especially because this is technically a gloss. This is a Mary Kay lip product. It's the Mary Kay Unlimited Lip Gloss in the shade Berry Delight. Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's a pretty lip, but I'm probably not gonna wear it very often. But I decided to try it out, and oh my gosh, I love it. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this on my lips now, because I can't live without it. Like, this is not a color I would ever pick out in the store, not, you know, not one I would gravitate towards, but oh my god, it's beautiful. Like, such spring vibes. So pretty, and like, it's kind of a fuchsia-y or magenta. I don't really know what the difference between those two colors are, but it's somewhere in that house, somewhere in that range. But so pretty. Like, thing. It's kind of like texture-wise, like a lip oil, like a tinted lip oil. You kind of have to put 2 layers on to get it to have this really like intense color. The first layer, first you put it on and it has like this intense color, but then you rub your lips together and it really mutes down. And it's not something that's gonna stay when I eat. Like, I ate with it right after I made that video. I had a snack, I can't remember what I ate, but I ate with it and it was like very, very, like it was almost gone. Definitely can't wear a mask with it because it will smear around. But it almost looks like one of the, gosh, where is it? One of the NYX Shine Loud, as far as just like the look of it. So maybe if you could find one of the NYX Shine Loud lips in a color very similar to this, would be a good dupe for it, and it would actually stay on because this color is so perfect for spring. I'm not usually a gloss person because I don't like that they don't stay. I'm usually more of a liquid lipstick person, even if it is like the liquid latex. At least those will stay on your lips even if they do smear around. If you were to touch them, the color will stay. This, as soon as I go to eat or drink or rub my lips together too much, this color is going to disappear because it's a gloss. But, I mean, it's beautiful. I am in love with it. And I just think this look altogether is super pretty, very spring vibe. I don't know, I love it. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this look down below. And if you like it, then give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really do hope you like this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Hope you guys are enjoying spring. It's been really, really nice here the last few days, or actually really the last few weeks. It's been super nice. Last few days it's been in the mid 80s, which is kind of crazy. It's been really making me feel ready for summer, even though I just looked at the forecast and by the end of the week it's supposed to start raining again. I'm a little sad about that, but I'm so ready for summer and I've been enjoying the nice weather we've been having. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.